Hello everyone and welcome back into another lap time challenge video, and today we got Deep Forest Raceway with this Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, a Group 4 version of this car. So let's have a look. What is the gold? A 35.526 will eventually get you that 2 million credits that you need, and of course the gold medal. So now I can see we got a 132.744 set by Jack, and I think it's actually quite a competitive lap. And of course, as we usually do, let's have a look at what Jack did, and well, just to see where exactly can I get my time. And okay, let's have a look at exactly what Jack did. So usually the braking point is just at the curb, but I see that he's braking just at, well, just before the 100 meters sign, grabbing the inside of that curb, which usually it is a must here, exiting in that second gear. Third, but rev it up in third gear. You can see he's very late on the upshift, quickly downshift in third to get the rotation. Fourth gear on the way out. Third, once again, a little bit of, actually he's using a lot of track in there. Second gear on the way out. Third, once again, he's rotating the car quite nicely through this section. And third gear on the way out once again, revving it up until 165 in my opinion. Third gear once again. Is he going to upshift? I don't think he is. Straight line braking, very nice grabbing the inside of this curb, and second gear on the way out. So I think the perfect shifting points are just about that 165, 166 with the third gear, and we'll see exactly when does he upshift in that fourth gear, which again is going to give you a little bit of time. So it seems that 220, oh well, actually 225 is the shifting point exactly before the curb. Going, actually I thought he was going to go much wider than this. Acceleration in first gear to get kind of a rotation of the back end, which usually it is quite helpful here. 165 once again with the upshifts, and you can rev up this car quite a lot as I can see. So it is a pretty amazing lap set by Jack. So he's gonna cross this finish line. Fifth gear, it's actually a really long one, so a 132.744. So let's see what I can do and if I can give you any more information about how to get the gold on this track. And let's begin with the guide. So the first thing that I would like to highlight is that with this car, you really need to rev up the gears. 100 meter sign is my first braking point. I try to brake in the straight line as much as possible, but usually when I reach the 50, I slowly start turning in with 50% of braking. So it's incredibly important, I have to highlight, to use the inside of this curb to get more rotation at the end of this whole section. So just to give you a little bit more speed on the way out, and eventually use whatever you can on the track to get faster. So in this section, just a little tap on the brakes at this point. So when you start turning in, not before. So you need to start turning in and only then hitting the brakes. 15 to 20% can actually work, and I think it's just about enough. So here, this is my braking point, but I'm trying to just hit the brakes slightly, maybe 50%, and release. Don't hold the brakes for too long, otherwise the car will understeer. Now in this next section, you just need to tap the brakes once again like we did before. 50%, don't hold it. Once again, the car will understeer, and use the width of the track. So use the full width of the track. You can see them getting very close to the wall in there. And the curbs, once again, you have to simply use the curbs. Our next reference point or next braking point is just in front of us, and then we need to start turning in and braking at the same time, which will again make the car turn in better, and of course rotate around this section. So usually it's just about second gear and quickly upshifting into third at the end here. Now, once again, it's very important not to hold the brakes for too long. As I said before, once again, the car will understeer if you hold it too much. So just a little tap on the brakes, use the inside of the curb to rotate the car, and then quickly back in third gear and full power out. So this transition is usually my indicator to start braking. I usually start braking, but now coasting. So this car really doesn't like trail braking. You have to simply use the inside of the curbs, and you have to use, well, acceleration to rotate the car around the corners. This will massively help with the understeer, and you might get a bit of oversteer, so the back might snap out, but just at the right point. So I think in this next corner we will just show you the exact example of what you need to do. So I should have maybe revved up this car to 225, but I shifted it a little bit too soon. Lost a bit of time, but it wasn't much. Beginning of the curb or a little bit before the beginning of the curb, depends on how much speed you're carrying. Follow the curb, don't turn too quickly. This is the most common mistake. Look at the end of the curb. Now you need to start turning in first gear, and this movement now really rotates the car. You can see that I'm not gradual on the power, just hit the power and the back of the car snaps out just about enough to give me that nice little bit of rotation and eventually carry that speed onto the straight. So this lap, in my opinion, it could have been a little bit better, so there is still a lot of room for improvement, maybe a couple of tenths. We'll see by the end of the week, but in the end I was pretty happy with my result, and it was a 33.0. So with my secondary account, I was actually able to get a 133.073. Not that far off the global lead, but again, it's 3 tenths, which eventually I'm gonna try to do later in the week. And if you would like to find out more about my techniques and what I usually do when I'm driving and how I can actually get quick in a matter of maybe 10 to 15 minutes, go check out my online course, which is gonna be down in the description. And of course, you can use this coupon to get a 15% discount. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video, and until the next time, bye.